boys and girls, welcome back to our next video. We are going to do a little bit of graphing again today, so math and social studies all mixed together. But we know that some of you might be crammed into your house, so we are going to make you do a little bit of exercise. So when you guys are making your bar graph, you're probably going to want to set it up if you're writing it on paper, or if you want to do it in your notebooks that we sent home. Any of those things will work. But what I did is I drew my box first. I drew some lines across and 3 lines down. I put in our labels for the exercises that you're going to do. So we're going to do some sit-ups, some jumping jacks, and some squats. So just make sure you label each category. And then on the side, we're going to fill in our scale. So your scale should start at the very bottom. You start with 0. This time our scale, we're going to count by 2s. So we've got 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28. And then, so this is our bar graph. Obviously your bar graph needs a title. Since we are doing exercises, we are going to title ours, 2nd grade workout. Okay, so what you guys are going to do now is you have your bar graph made and you're ready to go, and now the last thing you need to do is actually collect your data and put it on the bar graph and display it in your bars. So now we're going to go ahead and collect our data. So the first exercise that we want you guys to do with us is sit-ups. And we're going to give you guys 30 seconds, so try to find some sort of a timer at home, maybe on your phones, or if you have a computer, you can look one up on Google. They have timers. So you guys are going to time yourself doing sit-ups for 30 seconds. As you're doing them, count, obviously, how many you can do in 30 seconds, and then we'll graph it. You ready?
Ready, go.
Alright, so this time Miss Curtis and I struggled through 12 sit-ups and I'm still out of breath. So now you're going to go to your sit-ups category, you're going to graph it. I always like to figure out where I'm going to stop first, so this is where our 12 is. We'll stop here. And I'll just fill my bar in. To show 12.
Okay, so now we're going to go do our jumping jack exercises, and hopefully we get more than 12 this time.
Alright, so Miss Curtis and I were able to do 27 jumping jacks, and so we're going to go ahead and try to graph it on our bar graph now. So the first thing that you need to do is figure out, okay, well, where would 27 be? Kind of like we said earlier with the 12, but if you'll notice, 27's not on there. So you guys are going to think about where at would 27 go. 27 is between 26 and 28, so I'm going to kind of draw this halfway through in that middle column for jumping jacks. And fill my bar all the way down and color it in so I can show my data on my graph.
All right, now we're gonna get to go do some squats.
just did our squats and we got 19. So kind of like before, the first thing we're going to do is try and track where we're going to stop. So we did 19 squats. You'll notice that there is no 19 on our graph, so we need to go between 18 and 20. About halfway through, put our 19 on and shade it in for our squats.
Boom, look at that beautiful bar graph. It has the title, it has the scale, has the labels at the bottom, and we did a very neat job, good job Mr. Lowe, on coloring it in and making it look pretty. Okay, so for our next graph, we're gonna make a line plot, which is a line with the X's above it. So we're gonna use these. If you want to copy us, you can use the same exact ones we're using, or if you have toys at home like Legos or something that's colorful like that, you can also use Legos. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna draw our line graph up on the board, actually our line plot. Miss Shirla already did. So she labeled it orange, red, blue, and green, and then she drew the line. So all that's missing are the little X's. Do you want to count by twos, Miss Shirla, or do you want to count by ones?
Let's count by twos.
Okay, so if we count by twos, then we need to make a key. So Miss Shirla's going to draw an X over in the corner, and she's going to label it. So 1X equals 2 blocks. So that way if somebody was looking at our graph and they were counting, they would know that if there was 3 X's above orange, they would have to count by 2 and say 2, 4, 6. There would be 6 orange blocks. So let's get started. Okay, so we're just gonna, pick one randomly and then graph it. So Miss Shirla got a red, so she's just, there you go. She's just gonna make one part of the X because we don't have 2 reds yet. Yeah, you can just throw it on the ground. Red, perfect. Orange, green, blue, green, green again, green, blue, orange, blue, green, orange, blue, green. Okay, let's pick 3 more. Green, red,
Last one.
blue. Perfect. Okay, so let's look at our graph now and see how many of each one we have. So for orange, we have 1 full X and then a half X. So we're gonna say 1, 2, 3. So you wanna write 3 down here just so we can see how many of each we have. And then for red, we have 2 full X's, so 2, 4. Blue, we have 2, 4, and then 1 more, so 5. And green, we have 2, 4, 6, 8.
Woohoo!
Alright, so if you want to make your bar graph out of our tools, our little toys, I'm going to put a bunch on the table here, and you can pause the video and graph them yourself. But if you don't want to, you can find any toys in your house, you could find food, you could use fruit snacks, literally you could use anything to make your line plot. So if you want to use these, I will show you what I have here on the table, and you can pause the video right now and graph those. Alright guys, that's the end of our video. Thanks for watching, and we will hopefully have some more videos out to you guys next week. Bye!